Welcome to our Canva series specifically for travel advisors, part 4. So today we're going to be going over flyers, and this is for anything that you would like to promote as a travel advisor. Today we're going to be making this flyer that's on screen, and to do that we'll be doing it from scratch. So we have to talk about page size, elements, including frames, shapes, and text. To start our flyer, we are going to go ahead and click the print button because a flyer is meant to be printed. However, you can keep it digital if you would like to. We are going to use the flyer portrait size, and you can see down here that it is 8.5 by 11. This is the average size of your typical flyer. To add anything to the design, we are going to need to use this toolbar on the side. And specifically, I'll be using elements for most of the things that we're going to be adding, and then we'll be adding text afterwards. So I'm going to start off with my frames, and to get to frames, you're going to have to scroll down a little bit and you'll see the frame section. So I'm going to hit the See All button so that we can find the diamond shape frames that we're looking for. What are frames? Frames are design elements that act as predefined areas or containers that you can fill with images, videos, or color. In frames, they have it split in different categories, and for this flyer, we are going to just use basic shapes. So I'm going to hit See All so we can find the diamond shape frame, and it's in the second row. Just click on it. I'm going to reposition my diamond to create the pattern that we saw in the flyer in the beginning. Once I'm happy with this placement, I'll start to duplicate it so that we can build on the pattern. In order to duplicate, you can go ahead and right click on the frame and you just hit duplicate. And when you do that, as you can see, you have the duplicate, but it might be on top, so just move it around, don't be afraid. From here, I'm going to continue duplicating so I can go ahead and build out my pattern. So now that I have my general pattern, I'm going to select all of the frames and resize it so it fits my flyer and the style that I'm going for. To select all of your frames, you are going to click and drag until they're all highlighted. You will see the outline of your selection, and you can click any corner and drag to resize. So now we're going to add images, and in order to add images, you can do two things. You can use your own images, or you can use the stock photos that are on Canva. If you're using your own images, it will be in the Upload tab. And if you haven't uploaded them already, you should do so by just hitting Upload Files. In this case, we're going to use the stock photos that are located in the Elements tab. So I'm going to click the back arrow until I get back to the main Elements screen. To select images, you can do two things. You can scroll down to the Photos area and select See All, or I suggest using the search bar in the Elements tab to search for your destination because it's quicker. Once you enter your destination in the search tab, you see that Canva brings up graphics, photos, videos, audio. However, we are just focusing on photos, so I'm going to hit See All under the Photos section. Now I'm going to select the first photo to drag into my frame, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to click, drag, and drop the photo into the frame that I want. I'm not too happy with the placement of the photo. However, we can fix that by double clicking into the frame and moving the photo around, resizing it to a section of the photo that we really do like and we want to highlight. Now I'm going to add the rest of my photos, and I'll be right back. Now that I have all of my images, if you're afraid that you may move some things around while working on the rest of your flyer, you can lock these frames into place. And to do that, I'm going to once again click and drag to select everything. You'll see a small pop-up menu appear with a lock, and this is how we're going to lock our frames into place. Now that the hard part is over, we can move on to adding our text. So to add text is really easy, and if you haven't watched our previous episodes, make sure you do so because I deep dive into adding text and customizing your text. But to add text, I'm going to go to the text button over on the toolbar to the left. I'm going to hit add a text box, and you start typing your information in. Now that we have our text, I would like to add 2 more elements, which is our promo and a line at the bottom to separate our text. To add our 30% in the box, we're gonna go back to the Elements tab, and again, you might have to click back a few times so we can get back to the main Elements tab. And this time, we are going to go under the shape category. I'm gonna click on the square, and when you click on the square, it adds it to your flyer. Now, you may see a cursor blinking in the middle of the shape. That's because we can type in this shape, and that is how we're gonna add our 30%. You can click and drag the corners, or you can use the crop tools on the side to resize the shape to your liking. I'm going to position my shape to the desired area. Now I need to change the color, and in order to do so, make sure your shape is still selected. Go to the toolbar at the top, select the color, and you can go ahead and select any color you would like. I'm using Cruise Planner's green. Now that I've changed the color of the shape, I'm gonna add the text into the inside of the shape. And you can do that by double clicking on the shape. And once you see the blinking cursor, you know that it's time to type your text. Moving on to the second element that I'll be adding in order to divide the information from the contact information, you can do that by going to the Shapes section of the Elements tab again and clicking this line here, and it'll add a line to your flyer. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the square. I'm gonna resize it, reposition it, and change the color. And before exporting, I'll be adding my final element, which is the Cruise Planner's logo. I previously had this logo uploaded to our Canva. If you would like to do this as well, make sure to have your logo file in the upload section. I'm gonna go ahead and click my logo and add it onto the flyer, reposition it, resize it to my liking. And for my final step, I'm going to go ahead and export this file. When doing so, you need to make sure that you select the format that is best for the way that you'll be distributing the flyer. And here is our final design that you made from scratch. When creating from scratch, the possibilities are endless, and it helps you stand out from everyone else. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.